trust me on this. The studios in our academy that do this, they've made a whole quarter's worth of sales in a couple of weeks, and it's made it all worthwhile. The next time you hear of a studio closing down in your local area, be prepared. This is your preparation. Then you take massive action, and this is the action, and let me know how you go. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Geronimo Unfiltered podcast. I'm Dozy, your host, and today we're going to be talking about what you do when a studio closes down in your local area. Now, if we take a step back for a second, every now and then in business we get given a gift, but it's only a gift if you're ready. See, my formula for luck is preparation plus opportunity plus massive action equals luck. I think there's dumb luck, which is like you can find $50 on the floor. And then I think there's, in business, you make your own luck. And to make your own luck, you've got to be prepared. You've got to have an opportunity presented to you. If you are prepared and you've got the opportunity, if you apply massive action to it, you generate this luck. Now, there's a bit of luck going on in the market out there. Unfortunately, there are studios closing down. Now, that's sad for everyone. It's sad for everyone involved, but it could be a really big opportunity for you. So in this episode, I'm going to explain the step-by-step protocol on how we coach our clients, on how we capitalize on the opportunities in the market with some of these studios closing down through the lens of helping those displaced members rather than profiting off someone's sorrow. You're going to hear about how if you do this right, our studios have basically had 3 months worth of run rate happen in 3 weeks, or 2 months worth of run rate happen in 2 weeks. And that is the gift that appears in business sometimes. Now, like I mentioned, when a studio shuts down, it's sad for everyone. But for those members, that's not their fault. They have spent time to find their sanctuary, a place where they can look and feel their best, a place where they can work on their mental health. And for whatever reason, that's been taken away from them. But when you hear of a studio shutting down in your area, it is really important that you switch gears and recognize that you've got an opportunity here to jump by 30 to 50 members in the next couple of weeks if you play the cards correctly. And I'm going to explain the cards in a second. But it's important to be ready. This is the opportunity, right? So it's important to be prepared. That's the first thing. So that when you have the opportunity, you can take this massive action and create luck out of these situations. Now, just on the economics of what I'm about to sort of show you is a studio closing down. It's probably because they only had less than 100 members or less than 140 members. They weren't paying their bills. Maybe they didn't want to renew their franchise fees. Maybe they didn't want to renew their lease, whatever, right? So 120 or 87 members wasn't enough to pay their bills. But if you're doing well, an extra 80 members, or even if you've just halved it, an extra 40 members is all profit, okay? And when you speak to our profit coach and we talk about valuation of our businesses, when you add an extra 40 members to your bottom line, that's all profit. Now, a magical thing happens if it's a well-run business. Every dollar of profit hits your bottom line, turns into 3, potentially, when you apply the 3 times multiple for a valuation, or a 7 times multiple, depending on what your business model looks like. So it's definitely worth it. So what I'm going to explain right now is the step-by-step, how we teach studios on how to capitalize on some luck in the market when it comes your way. So first things first, let's talk legals, which I'm the last guy you need to kind of get advice on from legals, but you need to approach this situation carefully and respect privacy laws and maintain compliance with at least the spam laws here in Australia. So, you look up your spam laws in your own country and that's your responsibility. But here's a step-by-step guide. The first thing is I would actually approach that owner, do it properly, just go through the front door, just approach the owner and say, hey, listen, sorry to hear what's going on. Heart goes out. But listen, we have a facility down the road. We want to look after some of your members rather than them being displaced and out there looking for themselves. Remember, it takes some people up to 8 times to try and fail before they find their place. Okay. So be part of the solution here and just let's work on a collaboration to make sure that, we look after your members on their way out and we can be one of the options for you. So the first thing I want you guys to do is collaborate on a transition email. So that is where you work with the closing business and the owner to send an email from their account, not yours. So what you don't want is them kind of somehow sell you their list. You can't do that. You send a transition email from their account to their list. And this email should, 1, announce the closure, should inform the subscribers and anyone that's on the list that the business is closing down. So it's not just it's with a heavy heart Instagram post we see. And then in that email, it introduces your business, where you provide what we call a warm introduction to your business, highlighting why it's a great alternative and how you share similar values or offerings and how, specifically you're going to be looking after the members from this particular studio. Then from a conversion perspective, what you want to do is you want to get opt-ins. You want to migrate people from their list to your list. So you want to get opt-ins via a new dedicated landing page that you've set up. And on that landing page, I would suggest you make it custom for that audience where you highlight any special offers, a red carpet into your studio that you have for them, and particularly for the trainers as well. Because bear in mind, those trainers and those instructors are going to be looking for work as well, which is, there's a lot of great benefits of bringing over, if they're good, if they met your standards, bring over some trainers, bring over some instructors who will bring the members as well. Provide a clear opt-in so they drop into your list and you have them there for future marketing and delivering future value for these guys as well. Because remembering in previous episodes that I've mentioned, if you kind of imagine you draw a rectangle, well, that rectangle is 100% of the leads that you have. And then you draw a horizontal line right through the center of that triangle. So now you've got two triangles. The top part of the triangle is the 50% of the 100% of leads that you have are buyers. And there are 50% that are non-buyers. So if we ignore the non-buyers for now, we're left with 50% of all your leads are buyers. Now, within that 50% of buyers, 20 to 30 are what we call now buyers, which are 0 to 90 days. They're the now buyers. But the majority of the buyers are actually later buyers. It could take up to 2 years. So that's why we want to make sure that we do provide a clear opt-in so they drop onto your list and you have them there for future buyers. So you've announced the closure, you've introduced your business, you've got something there to create an opt-in to your landing page. And the fourth thing is you might want to offer an incentive. You can sweeten the deal. We've had studios sweeten the deal by offering a special discount or a first week on us or first month half price just to kind of try us out. We understand all that kind of stuff, or exclusive content for those who opt into your list. Now, the last thing you could do as well, this is completely up to you. The last thing you could do, depending on the state of the other owner, that is the outgoing owner, is you could offer some kind of a commission or incentive to actually doing this email out to their list for everyone you sign up from this list, because you can tag them into your CRM because they've come from this email. It could be a flat rate or it could be a price per sign up. If you want more specifics on that, feel free to head over to Instagram, find me on hey.dozer and ask me some specific questions around that. So that's the first thing, right? You've collaborated on a transition email. So that's the warm introduction. The second thing I would strongly recommend you do is quickly mobilize and run an open week. And specifically target those displaced members who need a place to train. They've got goals that they want to hit. They want to get down to a weight by their wedding. They want to go to Europe. They're working on their mental health. Like, that doesn't go out the window because that owner had to shut their doors. I want you to specifically target those displaced members. Find them a place. Open your doors. Roll out the red carpet. Hey guys, we're over here. Come over here. See if you like it or not. We'll look after you. We'll show you around. You can set up specific times throughout the weeks where you do a tour, you meet the team, promote it everywhere. Your stories, make an IG reel, put some money behind it, boost that reel, not with the boost button, but through your ads manager. You can target, certain local areas, mobilize some grassroots sign. And again, team, what I'm saying here is in business, there are times where the universe has gifted you 3 months worth of fucking sales. If you just got your shit together and for the next 2 weeks, you might kiss your family. I'll be back in 2 weeks because I'm going to go and get 3 months worth of sales in the next 2 weeks. So mobilize some signage, get some outdoor shit going on, stick a QR code on something and go, guys, open week for the next 2 weeks, whatever it is, come in, try us out, tap into a new stream of members. By the way, these people, you don't need to convince them that they've got to pay for a membership because they've already been paying for a membership. Okay. So promote it everywhere. Get people to register, get people to sign up. Why do we get that to happen? So they land on your list, future buyers. And then what you can do is find the super referrer amongst the bunch, right? We're involved in an opening of a studio right now up in Ballina, shout out to AG. And tier 2 basically sold out from people coming over from a competitor studio. And guess what? All it took was one person to bring 15 people over. Now, we're big on ethics, so we're not going to go over them and poach, but if one person needs to bring everyone else across, well, that's just the market doing its thing. So that's the second thing. Run an open week. What's an open week? Fucking open the doors for a week, dude. And just roll out the red carpet, put on some sessions, meet the team, make sure you're capturing their details, make sure you're following up with them, make sure you're making them feel comfortable, and then do the sales script with them. We've done some episodes on sales. Again, if you want the sales script, find me at hey.dozer, and then ask me for the sales script. And find out what their goals are. What were you doing over there training? What was your vibe? What kind of classes did you like? What don't you like? Okay, cool. Then marry it up to what you're doing here. Don't just kind of order take, right? Find out. roll out the red carpet, show them how much you care and what you're about and why this could be the new place for them. And also look after the trainers, because the trainers, I won't know many names, but we've got some examples of this happening, which is a beautiful thing. And our clients have also invited some of the trainers, but they don't have jobs, to bring those members over so that those members feel safe, feel welcome. There's kind of a bit of safety in numbers. And so they're coordinated with that trainer, with the trainers of the closing down studio on specific time slots and, special sessions for them, and just kind of make it really, really warm. And it's all worth it. So that's that thing there. So the first thing is you've collaborated on a transition email, but the point of that transition email is the warm welcome, or it's a warm intro, but it's to collect email addresses to migrate their list into your list. The second thing is you're on an open week. Again, you want to capture it via a QR code, capture it via landing pages. So you capture their details for later buyers, and then you can follow up with them. But you've got to close, right? We worked with another client who completely fucked this up and had 40 people from the local studio that closed down, didn't track any of them, didn't really ask them for the sale, got kind of distracted in a price conversation with one of them who kind of became a ringleader for all 40 somehow. And basically 40 came in and 38 left and wasn't organized enough, just wasn't ready, just didn't put enough massive action on it, just didn't really treat this with the respect that any kind of smart business owner would, knowing that if you had a chance to nail 3 months worth of sales in the next 2 weeks, would you do it? And then the third thing we would do is, and we talk about, is running a warm welcome series. So once subscribers opt in, so once new people opt in, set up a new lead sequence, like a welcome series, which is an automated welcome series, new lead sequence in your CRM that introduces your brand in more detail, introduces you and your team in more detail, your mission, what you're about. I'm telling you right now, we have met thousands and thousands of studios. You would already be ahead of 80% of them if you just had a mission, a vision, some values, some marketing assets to kind of introduce to the team, your essence, what you're actually about, and then provide valuable content, right, that aligns with their interests. Remember the episode I did a couple of weeks ago around the 7-11-4 principle from Google? It takes people now in 2024, 7 hours of content across 11 touch points and 4 different channels until they make a buying decision. So my question to you is, are you bingeable? Is your content bingeable? Or are you still doing random acts of marketing and hopefully something sticks? Are you still taking photos in front of the fucking logo on the wall and hopefully someone likes it? Have valuable content as part of your toolkit that you can create a welcome series to, that aligns with their interests, aligns with your brand, and really makes you shine amongst the sea of average that's out there. Through that welcome series, then you start introducing offers and call to actions. Offers, offers, offers. You got 2 weeks. It's a sprint. How many people can you save in the 2 weeks? How many people? Otherwise, they're going to just flop into another studio, or they're going to just go back to what they were doing. They're going to join a run club somewhere, and you're going to come back and tell someone at the barbecue on the weekend that business is really tough. Offers. Okay, you're going to get names. You're going to follow them up. You got 2 weeks to follow them up. You go, okay, great. How can we help you? What are you looking for? Blah, 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 blah. Get them onto a deal. And when I say deal, I don't mean you got a price match. In fact, I say you shouldn't price match. In fact, if someone comes to you and say, can you do $40 a week because the other one was doing $40 a week? Yeah, that's why they're broke. So why don't I look after you with an introductory month? It's only whatever the price is. If you've been following at home, it might be the same signature offer you've been running anyway. We'll roll out the red carpet. We'll do weekly check-ins with you. We'll do a proper induction to make you feel at home so you understand the classes and how it works, and show you how to book in. Really make that transition nice and comfortable for them and show them your value. You've got a month to show them the value. Clock starts ticking, dude. It's on you now. And then you want to make sure you roll over 80% of them, because that's how we roll in Geronimo. So you've done a transition email, you've run an open week, you've collected a shit ton of leads, you're starting to build up your list, you've tagged them in your CRM as from that particular studio. So they go into a warm welcome series where you've introduced yourself, you've indoctrinated them, you've shown them who your brand is, what you're about, the mission that you're on, who you help, all the testimonials, sick content, 7-11-4, and you've been making offers in the background as well. The fourth thing you're going to do is you're going to monitor, you're going to optimize, and you're going to get on the phones. Okay. So I want you to track the performance of the transition email. Don't just kind of out it goes and just cool, we're done with that. No, track the performance of it. What was the open rate? What was the click-through rate of that particular link? If need to, send it again. Depending on what CRM that particular studio uses, you can resend to the unopens. That's a really simple. If they've only had a 30% open rate, then most people didn't see that email. So send it again. Track the performance of your landing page. How many options did you get? Did the welcome series go off? Is it getting replies? Are you getting responses? Use the data to refine the approach. Remember, you've got basically a 2-week sprint to save as many people as you can. How many people have come into your studio? How many of them did you close? I want you to aim for 80%, okay? Because these are warm. They're coming to your studio. You know that they're buyers. You know that they're currently training somewhere. You know that they've got a reason to train, right? So all you need to do is you need to connect the dots and just make sure that you're the solution for them because you've outworked, you've shined brighter than any other option in the area. So they're the 4 things I would do to capitalize on the luck that happens in business sometimes. I would collaborate on a transition email with that owner. I'd run an open week. I'd have a warm welcome series ready to go in your CRM, and I'd monitor, optimize, and I'd be getting on the phones. I'd be tracking all the visits, and I'd be making sure that you're trying to close and you're trying to onboard 80% of people that walk in your doors. And trust me on this, the studios in our academy that do this, they've made a whole quarter's worth of sales in a couple of weeks, and it's made it all worthwhile. So the next time you hear of a studio closing down in your local area, be prepared. This is your preparation. You can build a landing page now. You can start that warm welcome series now that you should probably be using for any of your new leads. So as soon as you get the opportunity, which is the second part of the equation, which is like, unfortunately, a studio closing down, then you take massive action, and this is the action, and let me know how you go. Send this to someone else that needs to hear that. And if you run this play, let me know how it goes, and I'll see you in the next episode.